welcome to the Alberto Crane Show. I am here with the special guest today, Greg Torosian. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You are this year's Fargo Greco Roman Champion for 2025.
Correct.
Fourth place freestyle.
Yep.
US Open finalist. You know, 6-time All-American, California state placer, and UWW World Champion, Grappling World Champion.
Correct.
Gi and no gi, right? Because they do both, right? Amazing, man. Amazing accomplishment. And how long have you been wrestling for? So the crazy thing, right, is how many years you've been wrestling.
Yes. So I really started taking wrestling serious 2 years ago. In 2023, I was actually training at Legacy at your club, at your gym professor.
Yeah.
And then I was getting ready for a jiu-jitsu tournament, and one of the parents came up to me recommending a wrestling club up in Simi Valley. So I told my grandpa to take me for me to learn some takedowns, and then Coach Maz, he made me fall in love with the sport. You know, I started training at Simi Valley Legacy, and then I continued my wrestling career at Birmingham High School. Started my freshman year in varsity, and then before that, I went to my first varsity tournament, which was the All Valley Wrestling Championships. I got first place. I was hyped, and then from there on, I just fell in love with the sport of wrestling.
That's amazing, man. It's amazing. What do you love about wrestling? When you got in, what did you love? You've been competing in jiu-jitsu for many years, right? Before that, I
still love jiu-jitsu, but the wrestling is just different. The different intensity, different pace. The tournaments are way more difficult. Like compared to jiu-jitsu, you have like 200 plus people in your bracket. Like for Fargo, I had a 132 men bracket, I believe, compared to jiu-jitsu tournaments where it's more minimized and
especially
way more
age,
small.
like 12, like 20, maybe 30, right? Much smaller. Compared to like, and they're like a national championship. It's really a national championship.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, wrestling is way more competitive than jiu-jitsu in my opinion. But don't get me wrong, I still love jiu-jitsu. But right now, I'm just focused on wrestling.
Yeah, I love it, man. And wrestling is something you can really only do when you're like younger, right? And you're your age, right?
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is like you can keep going right after that. Of course, wrestling too, but it's different, I think. Yeah. Man, one of the things that made me fall in love with like wrestling, just watching Serenity, like just it's dynamic, right? It's dynamic. There's no stalling. There's no like holding positions. It's like you're going right the whole time.
It's an ongoing pace in wrestling as opposed to jiu-jitsu where it's more slow paced, but wrestling is more intense. It's constantly moving in wrestling. Yeah.
And then you earn like everything, right? Like top 8, right? Placing, right? It's double elimination, right? They have like some good jiu-jitsu tournaments now, but just overall, the whole format of wrestling it's amazing, Yeah, I love it. I was gonna ask you about what made you like what was the shift? Like you did the first like training session, and then what was the shift where you like, this is what I want to do?
So after my
you did your first class, right? You're like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah. And then what was that shift?
I did my first class at Simi Valley High School with the Legion Wrestling Club. And then, I don't know, but for some reason, I just fell in love with the wrestling. The shift from jiu-jitsu to wrestling, it was kind of difficult. Since, like, jiu-jitsu, you're more on your back. Like, it's more slow. And then once I started doing wrestling, I saw that you have to be more dynamic, more movement, more strength. So I had to really adapt to that as I transitioned from jiu-jitsu onto wrestling. Yeah.
I remember watching Naga that you competed in, like, I don't know how many years ago it was, but, you had, like, always kind of a wrestling style of jiu-jitsu, right? Do you feel like that?
Yeah. I try to incorporate. Like, when I started doing jiu-jitsu tournaments, like, I'm going to the Worlds this year.
Right.
So I'm going to try to incorporate wrestling as much as I can because that's what really helps my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but even before that, right? Before you went all in on wrestling, right? Before that, you had like kind of a wrestling style.
Yeah. I just love shooting the doubles, singles. Yeah. I've been doing that since I was a kid. So I've been doing quite a bit of wrestling during my jiu-jitsu years as well since I was a little kid. But I really just got into it during the time I was wrestling at your gym.
I didn't at the introduction. I didn't say like you and your family run the World Training Center in Van Nuys, and you guys doing amazing work, investing in of course you guys, but the community, right? The kids.
Yep.
So many kids there, including my Serenity is gonna start going there. So man, big props for all the work you guys are doing. Great work you guys are doing there.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, ever since we opened up World Team Training Center, it's been a dream. I can train there 7 times a week. I eat there, I sleep there, I do my homework there. I technically live there. So yeah,
spend more time there than at home, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it's I see the sacrifices my parents are making for me. I see how much time they're putting into me and my brother to wrestle, and I feel like I have to show them that everything they're doing is worth it. So every tournament I go to, everything I do, I have to show my parents that their sacrifices were worth it.
It's awesome, man. You're a great kid, man. Great guy. When did you start like martial arts? How did you get into it?
So I started martial arts back when I was 5 years old. So the crazy story is that my grandpa was driving on a street, and then he saw this place, Gracie Barra, up in Northridge. He wanted us to try it, so we went in for our first class.
So your grandpa?
Our grandpa is the one who got us into it. So we went in for our first class, and then after that we just fell in love with it, just like wrestling. We fell in love with jiu-jitsu. I'm still training it. It's been 11 years since I've been doing jiu-jitsu, so it's been an incredible journey.
Do you remember your first submission?
Not really.
What are your early memories of like loving it? You're like, I loved it.
I feel like just the energy from the coaches. The training, how fun they made the training. Professor Jason from Gracie Barra, he's the one who really got me into jiu-jitsu when I first started. So his energy, his techniques,
Jason Bianchi.
Yes,
Asian,
correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's the one who really got me into jiu-jitsu. Like, he was showing fun stuff, keeping it he made us enjoy the jiu-jitsu.
Awesome. Cool. And then you guys started competing.
Yep. We started competing, started doing IBJJF, ADCC, started off with a lot of JJ Jiu-Jitsu World League competitions, and that's what really opened us up into jiu-jitsu. We got our performance anxiety out, me and my brother. We're still competing in jiu-jitsu, and we're going to keep on going until we get our black belts.
Nice. What so you mentioned like your performance anxiety. So did you used to get really nervous before tournaments?
Absolutely. I used to always get nervous. I used to always be scared, always be intimidated of my opponents when I was younger. And then ever since I started competing a lot, I used to do tournaments every weekend, and that's what really got my performance anxiety out. Just kept on doing tournaments back to back, and then that's what made me more comfortable, more confident in my abilities. So that's what really opened me up in jiu-jitsu. And then after that, I carried on over to wrestling. When I started wrestling, I was actually intimidated as well, knowing I have to catch up to all these people who have been doing it since they were young, like 4 or 5 years old, as opposed to me, who has been doing it for a few years. So I had got my performance.
It's been like 2 years now, right?
It's been like almost 3 years, yeah.
Okay, almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years,
okay.
Yes. So yeah, that's basically, I had to get my performance anxiety out in wrestling too. So I just kept on doing wrestling tournaments back to back, and then that's what got me more confident.
Yeah, that's I love that, because like Serenity, she started wrestling, she's newer in it, and all the girls, I've been wrestling since I was a little kid, right? And so it makes you like, am I good enough, or can I do it, or you started too late, right? But you were an example by winning like Fargo and doing what you're doing, right? For anybody, like, no, it's not too late.
Yeah.
And even more so because you're boys, right? It's like different than the girls.
Yeah. Hard work always beats talent. So I just keep my head down, work, and then it's never too late. It's always never too late. So I just kept my head down, trained 7 times a week. I used to do like 2 to 3 practices every day. So that's what really like transitioned me like from 2 years of wrestling into all my accomplishments today. I just kept my head down, worked, school, academics, and wrestling. That's my life right now. I'm just focused on those 2 things right now. So I just want to make myself better. So right now I'm just focused on academics and wrestling. And I mean, everything in my life revolves around wrestling.
Yeah. You shared a couple posts of the colleges calling you. Like, what are some of the colleges, universities reaching out to you?
Right now, I'm not comfortable sharing all the universities.
Okay. Sure.
But I have a few visits scheduled in these upcoming months. Ivy League, service academies, and Ivy Leagues and service academies have reached out to me at D1 level. So I have these upcoming visits, and hopefully they go well. And during my middle of junior year, hopefully I commit to one.
Would you like to stay? Would you rather stay close to home or like just the best university?
I'm looking for a university that's best for me, best for my goals, best for my wrestling goals, best for my academic goals. So it doesn't matter where I go as long as it's best for me.
I was gonna say, so have you visited any of the universities yet?
Not yet.
You're only a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be a junior.
I'm going into my junior year, correct? I have one scheduled upcoming August 27th. I'm going out for an official visit. So that's my first one. And then I have other ones in October and then ones after that as well. Hopefully I get some before Super 30, before I go out for Super 32.
Super 32.
Yeah, so I just have visits scheduled and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. You've been training for a long time. How do you deal with injuries?
So
I would kind of skip over to different things, you know?
Yeah. Injuries. I've had a lot of injuries in my past few years of wrestling. 2 years ago, I fractured my spine.
Wow.
Right.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a month.
All the stuff is public, so I know what to ask, right?
Yeah.
Stuff you posted.
Yeah. I fractured it 1 month before state. The doctors told me you're never
freshman year, right?
Freshman year,
Yeah.
correct. I fractured it 1 month before state. The doctors told me I'll never be able to wrestle again. I did intensive therapy, hyperbaric oxygen chamber, red light therapy, TECHAR, PEMF therapy, all those therapies, and then I got back on the mat 1 month after. I won city, and then I won regionals, and then I qualified for state.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Were there any points like, you've had other injuries, I'm sure, right, along the way?
Yeah.
That you're like, man, like maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should do something else.
Yeah. So I had many injuries. Those injuries like really like shifted my thinking into wrestling. Like it was intimidating. It was intimidating. I was questioning why I was doing it, and like I was really questioning why am I sacrificing my body and for all these injuries. And then like sacrificing my longevity like for wrestling. So but I realized that if I can train smart, recover properly, I won't have to face those consequences anymore.
Yeah, a big respect. I tell your dad, like this stuff you guys are investing in, like you guys have hyperbaric chambers, you have like all these different tools to recover. Back in my day, like nobody's talking about recovery, nobody's talking about these things,
Yeah.
And now like there's all these the science and metrics that you can measure things, right? And that is the way. Like you train hard, but you recover harder, and that's how you get stronger.
Yeah, correct. All the stuff we have at our club, we're trying to give back to the community. It's not only for me and my family. We're also trying to help other kids, other unprivileged kids as well. So, yeah, we're always trying to give back to the community, and especially the Armenian community. Yeah. So yeah, that's our whole focus right now. Even so, the stuff that my dad has for us, we're also using it for the community as well. We're always trying to give back, always trying to help others.
Yeah, you guys do a lot, man. You guys do a lot. I was talking to your dad when Roman Bravo Young came was it last week?
I believe like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. And just a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
7 days a week. Like, you get invested with other kids, all the kids, right?
Yeah.
You see them grow up, and, you become like a dad, you become like an uncle, you become like, coach, everything, right?
Yeah, it's an incredible experience, yeah.
Yeah. Do you plan on, representing would you like to represent Armenia?
I would love to. It would be an honor to represent Armenia. I haven't really got more in depth on how to transition from the U.S. into Armenia, but if for the Olympics, I would love. It will be an honor to represent Armenia. Yeah, we're not only representing me and myself and my family. I'm also representing 11 million Armenians across the globe. So it will be an honor to represent Armenia in the Olympics.
Yeah. How did World Training, we're going like fast. How did World Training Center come about? Your gym.
Yeah, so we opened this back in December of 2024.
Damn, only December?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mid-December of 2024.
So it hasn't even been a year.
No, not yet. So yeah, my dad really wanted me and my brother to have a space where we can train, we can grow up, we can spend our time in, as opposed to going out with our friends, going to parties, doing all this nonsense where we only have such a limited amount of time.
Right.
Yeah, so he really wanted to open up a spot where we can grow, we can spend our time in, we can make friends. So that's how World Team Training Center ultimately started. So yeah, it's been a great experience ever since.
Yeah, what do you love about it?
Just the training there, just being around people who also are hungry to train, wrestle. So yeah, it really motivates me to be around people who are motivated to wrestle, who have big dreams. It also pushes me as well. So yeah, it's incredible to be at World Team Training Center.
You're setting a standard by you're 3 years, right, and you're winning Fargo, right, and then just the standard, all the guys like this, these top guys, right, training there, and setting the standard of like excellence, right, for everybody around. Birmingham, you going into your junior year, what expectations, like what are your thoughts on going in for this, because it's folk style, freestyle, Greco.
So right now, after Fargo, I put Fargo aside. Right now, I'm just focused on the high school season. I have Super 32 coming up. Hopefully,
Which is folk style?
Folk style, yes,
for boys, yeah. For girls, it's
in
freestyle.
October 18. So right now, I'm just focused on folk style, trying to get better, trying to better my folk style, top, bottom. So hopefully I place at Super 32, and then in the future high school season, just looking forward to Doc B, placing at Doc B. Last year at Doc B didn't go my way, and I really want to show people that I'm better. I train harder, and I'm just a way better wrestler than last year. And then for the end of the high school season, I'm just looking forward to state. Last year I placed 7th. This year I'm coming back looking to place higher. So yeah, that's my ultimate goals for this year.
I watched in the blood rounds, you were down, and there was like, I don't know, like a minute left or even less, right?
Yeah, there was a minute left in the third period. Correct.
Yeah,
I was down 7-0.
Down 7-0, and you came back.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about it?
So yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know how to explain it. It was crazy. I was down 7-0, third period, 1 minute to go. I've shifted my mindset. My dad is always like, you're either in the stands watching other people win, or you're down on the mats winning and other people watching you. So when I was wrestling that match, I kept on hearing his voice. That quote he always says. So it really motivated me during the third period. 1 minute left. I scored 4 takedowns on him. The scores ended 12 to 11. I won my blood rounds match. It was an incredible experience. I was very hyped after that. It boosted my confidence more. And yeah, that's what got me to place at state last year.
Yeah, and that was the beginning, right, of that next level, right? Knocking on the door and then making that because maybe that match, right? Then your confidence is going to be so high, but that's so much confidence, right? How much you believe in being able to do it, right? And in those big matches, that was big. It was cool. We were right there, watching the whole thing.
Yeah, it was.
You mentioned your dad, because I was going to ask you, like, where does this work ethic come from? I know you want to make, like it's worth. They're putting all this effort into me. You want to make sure you make them proud, and you're showing up, right? But what you have to have a certain work ethic. You have to have a certain. Where do you think that comes from?
ultimately comes down from my parents. You know, my parents have taught me a lot over these past few years, especially after I got into wrestling and all the sports I have done. It just ultimately comes down to my parents. My dad, he's a very hard worker. I get his work ethic mainly from him, and my mom as well. So yeah, they've really pushed me to become better. So yeah, ultimately it just came down to my parents. You know, everyone in life, no one's gonna stick around other than your parents.
Yeah.
Your parents are the one who's gonna support you the most.
Yeah, your family, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Do you watch UFC, MMA?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you watch more before?
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of UFC before. Yeah, I'm not really into the MMA that much. It doesn't really fascinate me as much as wrestling. So I'm just.
Did you used to watch it more before wrestling?
Yeah, I used to watch it a lot because jiu-jitsu, grappling, there was a lot in UFC. But after I got into wrestling, it didn't click for me. The MMA didn't really click for me. So right now I'm just focused on wrestling, making the Olympic team.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. 2028.
Correct.
That's it. Yeah, I love it, man. That's awesome. So you watch any of the UFC still?
Not really.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
not really.
Okay.
Just instead of watching UFC, I watch wrestling. Yeah, wrestling matches. Like like I was watching the Worlds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
U17.
U17. Yeah.
These last couple days.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Are you surprised by anybody?
I mean, the U.S. team in Greco did amazing this year. I wasn't expecting because the U.S. team in Greco isn't that like as enhanced as the European countries.
Mm-hmm.
So watching the U.S. team do amazing this year, it really showed how good the U.S. is in Greco.
Yeah. Have they always like the young guys coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
For this week for the age group. Yeah, Greco, freestyle, folk style. Can you explain like the differences of Greco and then freestyle and folk style?
So yeah, there's 3 different types of wrestling. So Greco is more upper body, no legs. It requires more raw strength in Greco, lifting people, throwing people, hands, grips. So ultimately, Greco is just upper body, no legs, as opposed to freestyle is where you can do everything. You can touch the legs, you can go upper body. Same scoring system as Greco, but in parterre in Greco, you can't really lift because they can hook your leg. Mm-hmm. But in freestyle, you can't lift. You can't lift because they can hook your leg.
Yeah.
But in Greco, you can lift because they can't use your legs to counter it. Yeah. So ultimately, freestyle is everything. Throw people on their neck. That's the same thing with Greco. You can throw people on their neck, but in freestyle, legs are allowed. But
so you can throw people more in Greco.
Yes. But the thing that really makes the American wrestling so much different from European wrestling is the American folk style.
Yeah.
Which is the stand-up game is usually the same. You can use your Greco moves in folk style, but when it comes down to top bottom, it shifts tremendously from the Greco and freestyle version where people have to be in referee's position and. Ultimately, you can't lock your hands on bottom. Lock your hands is a technical violation. So that's what really separates American wrestling from these international European countries is that America has its own style, and I feel like it's good, but I've enjoyed more international wrestling more than American wrestling.
Yeah. Same with Serenity and stuff. When like we didn't even know like the. Yeah, because she didn't really have a season her freshman year, but just locking the hands, you know.
Yeah, locking the hands. That's what got me too when I first started my freshman year. I kept on locking my hands, kept on getting those 1-point technical violations, but after that I just opened up. Yeah. I got into folk style more, and I'm still learning folk style, but that was one of the main things that really caught me in folk style, the locking hands.
Yeah. What do you think have been some of your keys to success? On your wrestling journey,
just
things that you've done, you've done right.
So I don't let distractions get in my way. Mm-hmm. Like I said, academics and wrestling is my life for now. So I just really just train. Don't think about anything else. Set distractions aside, and really just focus in on wrestling. Train, like I said, 7 times a week, 2 to 3 times a day sometimes. And I feel like the more work I put in, the better results I will get. It's always like that, hard work. And I feel like don't get me wrong, I still have a lot to go. I still have a lot to go through, a lot to learn. I'm not the best version of myself. I'm trying to be the best version of myself, but yeah, I'm during wrestling, just working hard, putting my head down, working, no
Your work
distractions.
ethic.
Yeah. For my parents.
Not going out, not doing stuff that doesn't allow not your academics or your the wrestling.
Yeah, I have 2 years left in high school. I'm trying to make the best out of it. I can't let these distractions set me aside. Like, if I miss a day of training, my opponents are going to be a day ahead of me. So that's why I train every day, no matter what. Every day, like, training always comes first. Training and school always comes first, especially school. So I always put those.
Are you doing homeschooling or are you doing?
Going into my junior year homeschool.
But before you're going to school?
Before I was going to school, correct.
So last year you went to school?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, last year after school, I came right to my training center, worked out until 11 o'clock, cleaned, and then went home at midnight. And then the day just restarted. Same thing. Right now in summer, it was waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning, going home at midnight. Same schedule every day. Just discipline. I need discipline. Discipline is when it's gonna take me places. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if I have discipline and not allow these distractions to get in my way, I'll be a better version of myself.
Do you think the people you surround yourself with play a factor in that? Of distractions and being in the right frame of mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some people I've been around that have been distractions. I mean, if I see
like other old friends?
Old friends, yeah. If I see that, I'm gonna like put myself aside from them. Because I really want to surround myself with people who have the same mindset as me, same goals, same dreams. Because if I surround myself with people like that, I'll only get better and we'll make each other better. As opposed to if I surround myself with people who are distractions, they're going to distract me ultimately. And they're going to take me off track of what I want to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. What did I just ask you about? What was the question I asked you? I lost my train of thought. What?
Oh yeah, the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah, that's right. So, about the group, there's a follow-up question I was going to ask you. Yeah, like your friends can make you or break you, right? And your five closest friends or the 5 people you surround yourself with are going to help you get to your goals, or they're going to take you away from your goals, right? So, what do you have? The Super 32 coming up, and then you start the high school. Then you have the Grappling World Championship.
I have the Grappling Worlds right before high school season starts. So that's starting on the 1st of November, and I come back right before high school season starts.
What do you think would be? Do you think it's a distraction to do grappling, to do some other things?
When you're in high school wrestling?
Yeah, when you're wrestling.
I mean,
wrestling mode.
Not really. If you have a balance, like everything.
Because you have so many years already in it, you already have this the skills, right?
Yeah. I mean, everything comes down to balance. So you have to balance everything from school to wrestling to jiu-jitsu. You have to balance everything. If you have a balance, nothing will set you apart. It'll always be fair for you. You'll always no stress if you have the balance to it.
Balance in terms of what?
Like time management, how you train, like how you balance your schoolwork and your training schedule. So like balancing it, like how you ultimately manage your time in both of them. You can't spend more time in wrestling and spend less time in school. You have to find a time where both of them like are equal.
Yeah. What are some wrestlers that inspire you?
The wrestler that really inspired me to get into wrestling was Greg Torosian. He wrestled at Bosco. Now he committed to Stanford. He's wrestling for Stanford right now. And then my teammates Henry Aslikian, and then who is a two-time state champion for California. He also wrestles for Birmingham on the varsity team, and also Tigran Grayan from Bosco. Those and Nico Sakian as well, Fargo champ. Those people, like it's ultimately Armenians. they really inspire me to get into the sport of wrestling. They're like my ultimate role model.
Yeah. Why do you think Armenians, the whole Caucasus, right? Even in MMA, right? Why do you think? Why do you think they do so well in wrestling and weightlifting and?
Yeah, it's not just Armenians, but like the European countries as well. Yeah, I mean, as opposed to Americans here, their work ethic, their discipline, their drive, like their motivation is completely different than over here in America. Like over there, all they're focused on is training. They have no distractions over there, nothing. Their discipline is on point. That's what I really like. Their discipline, their hard work, their work ethic. I think that's what really sets them apart from other wrestlers.
Yeah, like Dagestan, those areas of the Caucasus, right?
Yeah.
Like so many, like the best wrestlers are coming from there they represent Russia, and I mean even the guys, they didn't represent the country Russia, but they're from that area, right?
Yeah.
Winning gold and winning, Olympics and things like that. How we live in America, like, life is easier than living in some of those countries, right? So how do you keep that edge? How do you do it?
I mean, like, I don't try to surround myself with this like American, like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like
just normal, like lifestyle, normal things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. I'm just focused on what my parents are doing right now. Every day I look up to my parents on what they're doing, because they're gonna be the ones who are gonna help me become better, achieve my future goals. So I just surround myself with my parents, what my parents are doing, how they're working, their discipline. So that's where I get it from. Yeah.
I was gonna follow up. How like I watch your videos on social media, because you're like really active. And so you guys have a lot of fun, like make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Kind of like we do here, right? It's like real, it's like human,
Yeah.
What are some other things that, that you enjoy, like, like for fun, right? Well, like, what do you do for fun?
I mean, I spend my time with my brother. I have fun with my brother, and then my coaches as well. They're good to be around. My coaches, especially my Greco coaches, Coach Ruben. They're really fun to be around. Just hanging out with them, the excitement they have, the joy, and like the amount of excitement they put towards you. That's what I like to surround myself with. That's what I like to have fun with. Just with my brother, my coaches, because that's what really makes me happy.
Being around like family and your people that have the same goals. You have good times, you laugh.
Yep.
And that's your
that's my way of enjoying life. Yeah. As like the free time I have, that's the way I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be around the right people that have the same goals.
Correct.
And then you make fun. You have fun, the same way you would, if the guys are doing something else, right? Like Khabib, right? Like his dad, who is he surrounding himself with, right? What is he doing, right? What are they doing, right? What are their goals? And because I remember when I was younger, it was jiu-jitsu is different, but it's the same, right? If you're not aligned, if you're not with those people that have the same goals, you're thinking about other things, right? You're not thinking about the bigger picture, the bigger goals. And it's hard to get there, right? You're going to be distracted. You're going to be heading towards somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And you're focused. This is what I want.
Yeah, right now I'm just focused. I know what I want. I know my goals. I know my dreams. So that's what I'm focused on right now. I have such a limited amount of time that I don't want to waste my time. Like, I want to achieve as much as possible without wasting time. Yeah.
You mentioned your parents. You mentioned your teammates in Birmingham, and there's Armenian wrestlers. What are some other things that inspire you? Like I can be athletes or just any other businessmen or people.
I feel like just seeing others compete, like big names compete, like winning titles, winning world titles, Olympic titles, the Armenian team winning titles. I think that's what also inspires me, just to see my own country, my own people winning titles, representing their own country, having fun after. That's what really motivates me to do good, because I also want that experience. I also want the same for me. So that's my other driving factor.
Represent. Represent, yeah. Yeah, like we had to go to Açai, like, I don't know how many years ago. Was it 4? No, it's more than that now. But yeah, it's not there anymore, right? And a lot of young guys like that did jiu-jitsu in Armenia, right? They didn't come back, right? They got drafted, they went, you know, and for what, you know, for what? So yeah, it's nice to. I think that's the way to win, you know. I think that's the way to win, like sport, you know, like representing your country,
always
going
represent,
against, you know, some of these other like Azerbaijan and Turkey, and you know, on, you know, getting on the podium, right?
Yeah.
And winning like that, that's how you win. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I feel like that's like, I feel like that's the way to do it. Like winning over someone, you know, that has like really has a lot of hatred towards you. I feel like that's the inspiration right there. Like winning over people who have like separate mindset of you, like want the opposite for you, and ultimately being better than them, winning.
Yeah,
that's what really inspires.
It's such a positive thing because, you know, like, you know, like they have friends in Azerbaijan, like, and they're like, yo, I was raised by Armenians, you know, and it's not like everybody, right? But it's like the whole political establishment and how it is, and you know, that's the way you win. That's the only way to, like, that's like, I think the best way to win.
Yeah.
Like all the nonsense and bullshit, you know, like that's how you win.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, you guys have the tools, you know, to do it. And wrestling, it doesn't take a lot, right? It's like you versus somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you have Super 32 coming up. You have then you start then grappling high school, and you know, you mentioned like your goals, your bigger goals. What else for like World Training Center? What goals you have for World Training Center?
We're
just not even a year, right? It's been like, I mean, it's crazy. We're in August now, so 8 months.
Yeah, 8 months. Yeah. So our ultimate goal for World Team Training Center is we're trying to build a family there. We're trying to build a family, surround people with same mindset. Create like a family bond there, and also give back.
You're creating. It's already happening, right?
Yeah, and we're trying to further that.
Yeah.
In the upcoming years, and
get it better and better and better.
Absolutely, yeah. And then just the whole point of World Team Training is just give back to the community. Always help people. Like if we're seeing someone is failing, someone is not doing good, we'll provide them the opportunities to wrestle, come, get tutored, homework, everything. Yeah.
What are some mistakes you think some you know gyms make? You know, you don't have to say names, you know, but just things that you've seen over the years. What are some mistakes that you're like, man, you know, that's not right?
Like there's some.
It can be better, right?
Yeah, there's gyms where they don't really pay attention to their kids. Like they show technique, and then the coaches are focused on one group where there's a bunch of kids on the mat. And
favoritism.
Exactly, yeah. And then like
little cliques, right?
Yeah. And then they're not helping the other kids who actually need the help. And so
kids that actually need the help, like underdog kids that really you could change your life, right?
The kids that really need the experience are not getting the help. And I also feel like sometimes the coaches like are too intimidating. Don't get me wrong, coaches always sometimes have to be aggressive towards the kids. Like intimidating, but not to a point where it breaks the kid. I mean, if it breaks the kid, they're not gonna enjoy doing the sport anymore. They're not gonna enjoy anything. So that's some of the things I've seen at the gyms. Yeah.
Yeah, little cliques, favoritism. Yeah, that's not being professional, right? And then not paying attention to the kids that maybe need the most help, right?
Yeah.
I watched. You know, you've seen Ben Askren, right? The condition, right?
Yeah.
And he was talking about how at his academy they don't cut anybody, because you never know who's going to develop out of your group. What do you think about that? You know what I mean? So he was like, you never know who's going to develop. Like the guy you don't think was going to do anything ends up developing, becoming a world champion, becoming an Olympic champion. You didn't think was going to do anything. So he's like, I never cut anybody. If they want to go away, they go away. But we don't do that.
Yeah, it's good to see that they're giving a lot of opportunities to these people who really don't have the experience. And then if they provide these opportunities to these kids or young adults, they'll be able to achieve those things. And if you start cutting them, they're going to start failing more as opposed to growing more. Because if you cut them, they're not gonna surround themselves with the people who they really need to help them grow. So I feel like that way of not cutting the people, that's what really makes people like grow, achieve more. So yeah.
You know, all this wrestling, martial arts, jiu-jitsu, all this training. What do you think? What's the biggest thing that it gives you?
Discipline. Discipline in life. Yeah. Discipline, hard work, and just realizing the sacrifices people have made for you, and really enjoying your times in there. It's ultimately the sacrifices your coaches, your parents, your siblings have all made for you, just for you to be in the situation you are in right now.
Being grateful, right?
Yeah.
I always say like the biggest thing that it gives you is like character development, right? Like these years, whatever, even no matter where you go, what level you achieve, you know, but it still helps you become a better person.
Absolutely.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Nice. So me and Kevin were talking about at the Fargo? Yeah, USA Wrestling shared some of your videos, you know, and they're like, that was you on the U16, right?
Yes.
You're like, oh, you look like you're 30 years old.
Yeah, there was a lot of people.
Gonna hate.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram like flaming me for like with those comments. Like someone said some years in Dagestan or something like that. Yeah,
Dagestan,
16 years in prison. Someone said, something like that. So. Yeah, it was crazy to hear people say that. Even though I am 16, people were making comments. Oh, you look 30. You just came out of prison for 16 years. Yeah, it was crazy.
How did it feel winning Fargo?
It was an incredible experience. From last year, not placing in freestyle and getting fourth in Greco to coming back to getting double All-American. It was a tremendous experience. For me, getting to know new people there, the coaches, the excitement from the coaches during my finals match, the excitement from my crowd, the California teammates sitting there cheering me on. It was a wonderful experience.
Yeah. The person you lost to in the freestyle, right?
Yeah, semis.
You got the rematch in the finals?
Yes. So in my freestyle semis, I lost to Colin Rutten from Missouri. He tagged me 10-0. In that match, I tried to really go upper body with him, and I realized that I made a little mistakes there, and that's what costed me the match. And I came back, got the national title in Greco after beating him 3-1 in the finals. I watched the match. Actually, I was with Diane's dad. We were watching it live. It was a good match. I felt great after that. He was a very tough opponent. I faced him both in freestyle and Greco. He was a very tough opponent. Just getting to wrestle these tough people, just to getting like nationally ranked people, it's good for me, good for my experience, and ultimately it's a learning process. Yeah, and phenomenal, like so fast, like 3 years, you know, just climbing the ranks, and you're just getting started, right? Yeah, I have way more to accomplish. I'm not the best version of myself, but I have way more to accomplish after this. Awesome, man. How can people find more about your gym, World Training Center? I'm sorry, can you repeat? How can people find out more about your gym? Just social media. We're on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram. And then we're at all these tournaments, local tournaments, national tournaments. We're always there with team. We're with our team. We're always with the full team. So people can see World Team Training Center. Yeah, they can anytime. People can come by, train, surround themselves with the people we have at our gym. So yeah, it's a good World experience. Training Center, right? World Team Training Center. Instagram? Yes. And World Team Training Center. And then yours is? Torosian Brothers. Awesome, brother. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for your time. Absolutely. So happy you guys made my weekend, you know, that when you won Fargo, I was like, oh my God, you know, because, you know, like Serenity started late too, right? She started late too, and she's going to Fargo, and she's going to the duels, and people are saying, oh, I've been wrestling forever, kind of having those talks, right? And so it's nice for you to, like, especially being, you know, the guys, right? It's like
you know, so deep, right?
Yeah.
A lot more guys than you know, it's harder. And so it's amazing, man, that what you've done, what you're doing, and you're just getting going, and I can't wait to see everything come.
Yeah, I mean, it's never too late to start. Just put your head down and work.
That's it, man.
Yep.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, brother.